Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Cam, and I'm back with another reaction video. How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? How you guys day going? Comment down below. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Today we're reacting to a Caribbean woman bought a car for her man. He then leaves her homeless in Alaska. All I have to say is learn who you're dealing with before you deal with them and get locked in. I'm saying, I said in another video I recorded, I'm saying it right now. Be careful who you're dealing with before you get locked in. Cause that will have you out there looking crazy. Not gonna lie, especially in this day and age. They will have you out here looking crazy. Before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with the like button, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. Also, if you guys have any videos like from react to social media sites in the description below, feel free to send them in and I'll react to them. With that being said, let's get right into this video.
The Camaro that I financed under my name for my husband, who has now abandoned me for his good-for-nothing family. This is the car that I'm stuck with. It's really nice. Today is officially day one of me being homeless here in Alaska. And so, yes, guys, I am officially homeless. I'm currently here at this beautiful hotel here in Alaska. So it's not like I am on the streets, but I'm still homeless because I am without a permanent, stable place to stay for right now, but I will figure it out like I've always had to do. I uprooted my whole entire life from Massachusetts to follow behind my husband, who has now abandoned me for his family. And so I am now out here alone, homeless, trying to figure out what I'm going to do next.
That's why I never agree with, like, you know, relocating dating, because you just never know how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? If you meet somebody from another state and they cool, you know what I'm saying, I think it's going to work out, cool. But never up ship and abandon what you got going on for yourself for a relationship. Because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? People change every day. Shit change on a regular basis. And you just don't want to get caught out in a situation that you don't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't recommend doing that shit. Cause
something happened
like
with his mom yesterday. And long story short, she put hands on me.
Ooh.
A lot of nasty things were said. She pretty much told me I was no longer welcome there at the house. Of course, Kennedy's still welcome because that's his family. So he stayed there. I begged him to come with me. I begged him. I said, babe, we can figure this out. You know, I hate when your family is in the middle of our affairs because it's like it's a recipe for disaster to have anyone really in the middle of a marriage. To have anyone involved in your relationship is a recipe for disaster. And since we've been here, his family has been all up in our business, all up in our Kool-Aid, in between our marriage, saying this, saying that, whispering in his ears.
This just happened, bro?
There's no privacy. And so I said, look, let's leave. Let's figure it out. Let's stay at a hotel for as long as we can. Get an Airbnb, something. Find us an apartment. But we don't need to depend on your family. We don't need to depend on your grandma. You've seen the way they've treated us, treated you. Like, let's just go. And he told me no. I said, so you're gonna choose your family, your good-for-nothing family at that. And, you know, he's told me everything that his family has ever done to him. They abandoned him at an early age. He was forced to be on the streets at 14, 15, living from place to place, bouncing from place to place, because his family gave up on him and abandoned him. And we bonded over that. Pretty much it was like trauma bonding, because I also experienced similar situations with my family where I felt alone, and I wasn't necessarily abandoned by my family, but I was abused a lot.
True say, when it comes to situations like this, when it comes down to like family shit, you don't want to get in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that you trying to look for you a good husband and you looking for like a healthy relationship, but a lot of times it don't be worth getting in the middle of that shit, bro. Real shit, because they will pick family over you. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that they will pick the person that's trying to help them over the people that's actually doing the damage. It's easy to, you know, forgive and keep on pushing than it is to let go and keep it moving. It's always easier to just keep going back to the same habits. So for you, I don't think it was a smart idea, knowing what was going on between him and his family, to jump in the middle or try to be like the savior. I understand why. I get it 110%. But I just don't think it's a smart idea to get involved in that shit, because at the end of the day, his family's always going to come first, because of that's what he wants. He's seeking for family. He's seeking for that relationship with his family, and he's not getting it. And because he's not getting it, he's going to keep trying to chase it. When he gets enough of it, he will get enough of it. But you can't make him do it. That's just what it comes down to.
And eventually I left home to join the military, and I never really looked back. And so we bonded over the fact that our families weren't the best, and all we had really was each other. So for you to now choose that situation over your wife, especially knowing that I gave up everything to move here with you, is crazy.
Yeah, nah.
And the reason why my husband had to move here to Alaska is because years ago, he had a warrant out for his arrest, and he fled the state instead of staying here and taking care of the warrant. He fled the state. He got into an accident. It was him and his friend. His friend got permanently injured from the accident, so his friend is currently still in a hospital, and it's now 2024. So yeah, and this happened back in like 2017, I believe 2018.
Oh, you's a moron. you was a dodo bird. You mean? You chose, you had a good life for yourself in the military, had your own spot and everything else, and literally gave up everything to be Captain Save-A-Ho. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I ain't gonna lie, listen, man, a lot of people, like, don't deserve certain shit, but there's a lot of people out there that just see shit for what it is, red flags, alerts, and everything else, and just keep going like this. I'm gonna keep going. Yo, bro, open your eyes, plug yourself in the head, knock it on the wall a couple times, and wake up and smell the coffee. I'm saying, all right, hey, to each his own, man.
So he finally decided to take care of the situation. That's why we're back here in Alaska. He's looking into house arrest, but of course, with house arrest, you have to have stability. You have to have established yourself.
And let me guess, he ain't got none of that.
So he got a job even before we got here. And so when we got here, he started to work like 2 days later. And the reason why he feels like, I guess he has to stay with his grandma is because it's stable, and he feels like we won't get an apartment or something more permanent in time for him to apply for his house arrest, because it takes about 30 days. And he's saying that he has less than 30 days. Well, I don't know. It's complicated. So that's pretty much why we're here. I didn't really want to be here.
Yo, bro, y'all
kill
me, son.
Have him come alone, but how could I, as a wife, allow my husband to deal with something like this alone? So we don't have that kind of money to get a second vehicle. This vehicle was already expensive enough. We had to pay $6,000 on a down payment for a $15,000 vehicle. I still have close to 10 grand left to pay off on the loan. It's like we can't afford. On top of that, our insurance is $500 some dollars, because initially it was only 200 and something, but when I had to add my husband to the insurance, it bumped up because my husband has had a lot of accidents and stuff in the past.
Yeah, bro, so you again was a woman that was well off on her own, and you was up here, and you chose to find a man that's down here, that's gonna grab your ass off this ledge and just keep bringing you down. No house, you had your own. No car, you had your own. Insurance and shit was low on your name. You added him on and made it more. What's wrong with y'all? You cannot raise a man, bro. For all my strong, independent women out there, you cannot raise a man. He's gonna be a man when he want to be a man and on his own. You cannot raise him. You cannot raise him, bro. Damn, bro. Like, you just
can't afford another vehicle, and so I was like, what? Why is she so mad that I asked my husband for a key to a vehicle that's mine? And so I was just so confused. And I called my husband. I said, you know what? Look, I am going to give the vehicle over to you guys. Since it's such a problem that I'm asking for the key to a vehicle that I own, it's under my name. I said, what we can do is go to the car dealership, you and your mom, since your family always wants to be bragging
people do
about
a lot
how
of wild shit for love, man. I tell you.
To them. They always want to brag about their multiple houses and properties and money that they have in the bank. I said, why don't your mom help you then? So then, my husband came and he was trying to reason with me. He was pretty much condoning her behavior. And I was like, nah, like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't feel protected by you. I told him straight up, I do not feel protected by you. I feel like, you don't put me first. Don't you see, that's ruining our relationship. And so me and him started arguing back and forth. I don't know where his mom went at that point, but at that point I was over it. So I slammed the door. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be dealing with this shit no more. I really don't want to argue in the first place. So I simply slammed my room door. All of a sudden, I heard his mom yelling, don't be slamming that effing door, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, it's not her house. All I hear is her running up the stairs. Mind you, she is drunk. Like, this woman stays drinking. This woman drinks like 12 cans of beer every day.
So he's messed up and the mama messed up, and you still continue to go with him. All right, hey.
Right? And I know how crazy she gets when she starts drinking. So I already expected her to try to do something. But at the same time, like, what she did next caught me by surprise, guys. So anyways, all I hear is her running up the stairs. Boom, boom, boom. I told you not to slam that effing door. This woman busts down the door. Mind you, I am naked in my room. I had just hopped out the shower, guys. I am naked. I literally had to grab a blanket and cover myself real quick because this woman bust through the door. I said, yo, don't you see I'm naked? What are you doing? Like, you're invading my privacy. And what's so crazy is the day before, I had a long sit down with her, a talk with her about people in the house invading my privacy. I remember one time, me and my husband, we were about to get it in, yo. And tell me why his cousin bust down the door. Like, my husband's thing was dang near about to slide in, and this cousin bust down the door while we're about to do it. Luckily, the room was dark, so we couldn't really see, but I'm like, what the heck? And so I literally had to sit down and talk with his mom about that, about me feeling disrespected, about people not understanding boundaries and not respecting my boundaries and all that. And she turns around and does the same thing to me. So then we're arguing back and forth, whatever. I tell her, get out of my room multiple times. She wouldn't leave. Eventually,
I wonder who house this is. All the shit keep happening there.
Fine. Boom. I thought that was over with. I'm packing my stuff up to leave, y'all. So her breast is literally touching my breast because we're about the same height. And so I simply tried to maneuver my way away from her because, number one, I was not trying to fight with her. Number two, I'm not trying to get myself in trouble here in Alaska. I am a black woman here in Alaska, and as y'all know by now, this is a white family. They can say anything to police. The next thing, I'm the one being arrested. So I was like, oh, heck nah, right? So I tried to get myself out of the situation. And mind you, again, she is pressed upon me. So, of course, if I maneuver, I'm going to touch her a little bit.
I myself am in an interracial relationship. You know what I'm saying? Currently, as we speak, right? When it comes to these relationships, bro, certain shit gonna happen that's out of your control. But it's totally up to you to either get more into it or back out. Completely up to you. Now, for you, you got the red flags and warnings little by little. Little by little. And you just completely chose to cover your eyes and keep on going with this man. Completely close your eyes and continue to go with this man. And then you want to come to the internet and share your story about how you got abandoned in Alaska and other. You abandoned yourself in Alaska. You did that. Nobody else forced you. You did that. Chasing behind a man and chasing behind love. Whoever's meant for you gonna come to you. You gonna find him. You ain't have to chase him. It's gonna feel like work, like walking on the treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Easy. So the fact that you wanna chase a man that has multiple problems, his family has multiple problems, they give you your problems, and you just wanna keep going. Whatever happened, happens, and you asked for it. You asked for it. Because I'm not hearing nothing that was beneficial to you in the situation whatsoever. Zero. None. But you married and moved to Alaska. I don't hear nothing, bro. Nothing. This shit is crazy.
But again, I was not trying to hit her. I was not trying to fight with her. I guess when I maneuvered, she said that I touched her. But again, it was obviously an accident. And guess what? If he wasn't pushing up on me in the first place, that would have never happened. All of a sudden, this woman shoves me, right? Cool. I still never did anything. I kept it cool. Then she goes to punching me in the shoulder. That was like the third time she put hands on me, and I said that was it. So I like, yeah. In my head, I was like, she got one more time to put hands on me, and then she put her hands on me one more time, and yeah, we got to fighting. Okay, so
that's why he chose his family over you.
I am not proud of it. Since then,
Yo,
I asked
bro,
for forgiveness because
this is easy.
This woman really got me out of character. Shoved her on the ground. She started looking up at me with water in her eyes, like she was so surprised that happened. It's like, you did what you did, and now you want to act surprised, right? There, I went, I grabbed my stuff. I said, you think I forgot when me and Kennedy first got together, not even a few months in, both you and your mother was trying to bribe my husband to divorce me, talking about, oh, if you divorce her, we'll give you a car. Literally. And tell me why my husband was actually considering it. Talking about, oh, babe, let's just pretend that we're divorced so we can get the vehicle and then we'll get remarried. You know, he was even saying, oh, let's go through with the divorce and show them, because they wanted to see the proof. They wanted to see proof that my husband divorced me. Mind you, they had no reason to have a problem with me, right? But they tried to bribe my husband to divorce me so that they can give him a vehicle, guys. I kid you not. You cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. And so I remember I had even told his cousin about that situation.
Bro, this shit, like
your grandma was really trying to.
I don't know, bro. I'm glad this shit is over, Britt. I'm glad there's no more story to tell. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, lady. I ain't gonna lie. I hope you find what you're looking for in this world, because this whole story is ridiculous. From start to finish, ridiculous. From this video, this shit is ridiculous from start to finish, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there was nothing that you said that was beneficial to you. You giving up your place, you moving, you getting married. Nothing that I'm hearing right now was beneficial to you and your favor whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? You gave up your personal life to chase behind a man that then wasn't ready to be a man. He was still being a boy. Never okay to do. And you may have thought that you may have the willpower or the pussy power, or whatever power you felt like you may have to get him to change. Wasn't gonna happen, bro. It wasn't gonna happen. Once you heard that y'all got married and his family was trying to bribe him to get a car, and he was choosing a car over your marriage, you shouldn't have did it. That he was willing to do anything and everything to still be accepted by his family. That should have been another red flag for you. So again, you had to leave your house and your place to chase him. Red flag. He had a warrant out for his arrest because he fled the state. Red flag. His family chose to leave him alone, and he's chasing behind his family. Another red flag. Him choosing to agree with his family on divorcing you, or a fake divorcing you for a car, should have been another red flag. His mother having her problems and you having to beg for your respect in their household to be respected around them is another red flag. So there's multiple red flags in the situation that was given to you, and you choose to ignore them. So now you are where you are. You're homeless, and I'm not gonna say struggling because you're able to get a hotel room, but now you're stuck with a car that you don't want. So hey, my advice to you: sell a car, move back to America, or move back to the US, and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're dealing with right now don't make no sense. Don't make no sense, and it's clear as day. I don't know what you need to be slapped, kicked, bump your head, ever the case. But the situation you in, you don't need to be in. I understand you're looking for love, you need a man, whatever the case may be. Whatever's meant for you, gonna come for you like paper, like work, like light work, like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's meant for you, gonna come to you like clockwork. So while you're out here going through all these outlandish adventures and extravagant fucking experiences to chase behind a man, stop doing it. It's not worth it. You can't force a man to be a man, and you can't make somebody be who somebody they're not just for your sake, or just for you to be comfortable. So stop it. When you're gonna find one, you're gonna know it's for you, and it's gonna come easy like clockwork. You ain't have to go through this bullshit. So hey, I wish you the best of luck, and I wish you everything that you asked for, and get away from the situation. Stop dealing with it, because it's not worth it, and it's not gonna go your way. And that's that. That's the video. Which I like, comment, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. You guys know about this video, and until next time, I'll see y'all.